Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. My name is Sandwich, on board for the first week of post-university Madden action. Live on Twitch. Gonna be joining in the midst of the ECAC regular season, week 3. BradSnappa on your screen now. Splitting the first 2 games of the regular season so far. We're gonna get back in the win column following last week's loss. Should have Mundane on your screen later tonight as well.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
So we do gotta swap the scoreboards about here. BradSnappa on first down, gonna get stuffed. Loss of 0. So not quite the worst result you could ask for on 1st and 10. Gonna be behind the sticks, but still only 10 yards between BradSnappa and continuing this offensive drive going. A tremendous mesh play on your screens there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how BradSnappa is able to find that gap in the defense. Gonna be 1 yard short of the first down marker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
The run on 3rd down, 4 yards, going to be more than enough for the first down to reset the down and distance here for Post University.
You just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Going to do damage on the ground once more. Going to be a 5-yard gain for Snappa that time. Twist format up here in the ECAC, so both teams are going to get past 500 here in week 3. 2 defenders uncovered. It's a sack on the quarterback. Going to be a loss. Back to 3rd and 14. I need a long shot here or BradSnappa to keep this offense out on the field. Trying to find somebody on one-on-one coverage. It's Rice on the left side of the field. Ball's batted down, and that'll be 3rd down for BradSnappa. See the special teams unit coming out onto the field. And this drive going to sputter out at about the 34-yard line. Ball pinned deep into the end zone for the touchback. St. Francis U Friars going to be starting at the 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Of course, the offense sputtering out for BradSnappa. Now want to see a win on the defensive side of the football, playing in that deep safety. Able to find a gap in the secondary. 2 defenders miss. Now it's a foot race down the left sidelines. Flowers, touchdown, St. Francis University. And it's going to be the Friars who get scoring started here in this one. 1 play all the way to the house for Post University. BradSnappa wise to spot a gap in the secondary somewhere, just not quite in position to adjust. He was in that free safety in the middle of the field. The gap in the left sideline. No time to react there. You saw him user over to those members in the secondary, just too little too late. And now BradSnappa going to take the ball not out of his own end zone and take a nice chunk of yardage here out to the 35.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Snappa going to look to respond following giving up the immediate score. Hands on the quarterback, the throw incomplete. At the tight end, Kelsey moving towards the left sideline. Just not enough time to make the connection. Snappa once again looking to respond early and often. Somebody's uncovered. He's got to throw that early. Just does it right to the defense. Rock in a hard place for BradSnappa. And an empty trip on his first offensive possession, a takeaway now on the second. And St. Francis is going to be starting in tremendous field position from the 45. The line not working in BradSnappa's favor early on, and this one forces the tough throw into double coverage. Just a 1 yard gain on first down for the Friars. Snappa moving on the lineman. Almost hands on the quarterback, but enough time to get out to Flowers, streaking down the left sideline. That same play. That little double move towards the inside of the field before cutting back out to the left sideline. Open for Flowers once more. It gets the Friars into the red zone. Once again, BradSnappa looking to operate from that free safety position. It's going to be a run on first down. The box going to collapse onto Henry. Just a short 5 yard gain for the Friars that time. Snappa once again from that secondary. The Friars going to roll out. It's Lamar Jackson, a tough player to stop in open space. Going to be good for an 11 yard opening rush for the Friars quarterback there. First and goal from the 4 now for St. Francis U. Able to run right through the gap in the line to bring down the running back. Pin him down for a 2 yard loss, second and goal from the 6. Man defense close here. That's why you want to play man defense with the short field in the red zone. There's not enough time for these routes to develop. If somebody's got a step, it's much less of a gap than if you have a large field to exacerbate that space. Instead, it'll be 3rd and goal. Still a 4 yard gain, but just down at the 2 yard line. And the short conversion to the back out of the backfield. Another touchdown for the Friars. St. Francis University up 2 scores early on in this one. And the kick is up, and it is good. BradSnappa, no stranger to nail-biters and comebacks. On the path to another one here, down 2 scores early on in this contest. Had a 3-game series in both his college football 25 semester and his Madden 25 competition. I believe he had that week 3, or that 3-game series in week 1 rather. Still a little too early to call this sort of thing a comeback, but down 2 scores. BradSnappa looking to get the offense into some momentum, some continuity, some regularity here on 1st and 10 from the 29. Yet again, the deep shot on the left side of the field. 1v1 ball, 50-50 ball, batted down, incomplete. And you see St. Friars, doesn't look like they're playing for the interception. The secondary going to be in a bit of a better spot when you're playing for that bat down. And that time knocked incomplete yet again. Throw to Worthy, diving possession catch. Going to be just enough for the completion. Out to the 40 yard line. Deep shot, just what the doctor ordered. Shirley looking for Rice again here, especially if the jam doesn't go the secondary's way. Instead, it's out to Worthy. Another diving possession catch out to the 13. Just outside of the secondary's range, back to back to move us right into the red zone. Post University now, Brad operating out of that 13-yard line. First and 10 now from the 13 following the 2 big completions. Now looking to work in the smaller field position. Touchdown, Post University. And 3 consecutive completions into the touchdown. Quick response from BradSnappa following the first 2 empty trips on offense. Not exactly going to go down quietly. Dreams of a shutout already over with 37 seconds left in the quarter here. Again, BradSnappa's done such a good job of not playing down to the opponent or the situation, as we have St. Francis going to break out to about midfield on the kickoff there, starting at the 48-yard line. BradSnappa picking up a nice win on the offensive side of the football. Still looking for that first win on the defensive side here. It's out to Flowers. The diving tackle going to be enough to force him out of bounds. Game doesn't get started until it's both teams able to come up with a stop. St. Francis already able to come up with one earlier on in the first quarter. Able to come up with two following the turnover on downs and the interception. Now BradSnappa looking for his turn to wreak some chaos on the defensive side of the football. Some pre-snap adjustments. We got mesh spot. We got the quarterback running way too far back. Diving play from the lineman, going to send it back even further before throwing the ball. Gifted a souvenir to all the fans in the stadium here. Still going to be fourth down from the 2, or from the 40 rather, 4th and 2. Gotta watch for these short mesh routes. This time, it's BradSnappa forcing hands on the quarterback and the incomplete pass there. Turnover on downs for Post University. They're going to get the ball back at about midfield here. And both offenses sputtering here now. Both teams able to come up with wins on the defensive side of the ball. Snappa wants to keep that momentum he had earlier on in this one. On his previous drive, want to keep that positive momentum going for the offense. Instead, it's a sack on 1st and 10 for a 7-yard loss. The Friars getting hands on the quarterback once more. Not quite how you want to start off your drive, now way behind the sticks. Going to force the issue here. Going to need more of these deep completions. Going to be just what the doctor ordered. BradSnappa not looking to nickel his dime his way up the field. You have the deep drop back, the air ball out to Worthy just outside of his range. Thankfully, no one else in the secondary quite in the airspace either. 3rd and 17 now following the incompletion. Thought we had another diving catch to Worthy. Instead, BradSnappa still going to have to return to this shotgun formation here. Find somebody deep downfield. Motion the receiver to the left side. 3 wideouts on the left, 2 on the right. Little bit of a Hail Mary play. Have the whole offense throwing to that left side. Going to try to find Kelsey streaking, making the throw on the run. Going to be well short of his intended target. And it's another turnover for BradSnappa there. Another takeaway for the Friars. Yet again, rock in a hard place. We're not choosing to throw the incompletion out of bounds. Instead, the ball well short of Kelsey there. And it's another turnover for the Friars. Run on 1st and 10. Going to go nowhere. Short 2-yard gain for SFU that time. BradSnappa, you see him on the top left corner of your screen rolling out. Only problem is the quarterback for the Friars once again scrambling out to the right, not letting that user defense be a factor, quite literally running away from where BradSnappa is trying to be an impact player on the ball. It's why you see so many players try to make an impact from the middle linebacker position. Just hedge your bets. Try to be roughly equal on both halves of the field rather than going all out on one half and leaving the other half up to your CPU teammates. Dangerous game. BradSnappa going to continue to operate from that safety in the middle of the field. 1/4 of this cover 4 defense. Now 2nd and 10, some motion. The receiver across to that left sideline. A wealth of audibles from this Friars squad. Dangerous ball. Not quite in anybody's airspace though, and it's incomplete. Now 3rd and 10 for the Friars. Points in the back pocket, but certainly gunning for 6 rather than settling for 3. BradSnappa looking to keep this defensive stand intact with a stop on 3rd down. More pre-snap adjustments from the Friars. Dangerous ball, rifling it right to the linebacker, lying in wait. It's a turnover, this time for Post University, going the other way with it. Out to the 27. And forget settling for 3 or 6. How about 0 following the turnover? Now looking for a run. Had a gap. Pacheco tackled from behind. Down at the 2-yard line. had a moment there for a breakaway. Instead, you have to settle for the nice 8-yard gain. Certainly not a bad position to be in, ahead of the sticks. For BradSnappa, the world is his oyster from a coaching perspective. Only going to need 2 to reset down in distance. And that man Pacheco under center, going to be able to do just enough to move the chains for Post University.
Really easy, a lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
BradSnappa operating out of that mesh offense. Might want to see a scramble here from Mahomes. No lineman's going to be able to catch up to that man. Good enough for the 7-yard gain. Everybody covered usually means that quarterback's a threat to roam out onto the field.
For moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play.
They're going to power through one defender. The rest of the line able to collapse onto him. Going to be stuffed. No gain. Or Post University there on 2nd and 2. Now 3rd and short for Post. Snappa under center. The out route going to be enough for the first down and more, out to the 36. Nice game through the air. Looked like they were selling out for the run. Playing man defense on the backside there. That's Kelsey rolling down the left sideline. Brought down, but not before getting past the first down marker.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco.
Nearly able to get away from the tackle there. Thought he had a chance to shrug it off. Instead, brought down for the loss of 1. Play action, looking for that rollout to Kelsey. The secondary, that speedy linebacker, able to get out to him. Bring him down before he can turn the corner. It's going to be 3rd and 4. BradSnappa now. Deja vu. We saw it. The Friars in a similar scenario on their last drive. 3rd and short. Don't want to risk a turnover. Instead, you're going to be able to break out for the scramble. Tackled, no fumble. Now 1st and goal from the 7. BradSnappa in the driver's seat. Could take us to 0-0s and score on the way out. Direct snap in the backfield to the tight end. Going to be a nice gain out to 2nd and goal from the 5. No timeouts called from either squad just yet. No secret as to where the ball is going to be run out here. Some motion out from the tight end, trying to spread out the coverage. Let the big fella come crashing into the house. A big bad wolf not blowing down this house just yet. 3rd and goal from the 2. Post University still looking to strong arm their way into the end zone. 30 seconds left in the half. 2 more chances here to score in this one, and this one's going to get shoved back. It's a 3-yard loss for Post University now. Need to start thinking about 3 or 6 here for Post University. Last scoring chance. Coach suggesting the field goal unit. BradSnappa has other ideas. Looking to keep the quarterback out on the field and punch in 6 more at the end of the half.
The 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to try it here on 4th and goal.
Love this play in the red zone. Lots of options underneath, which is what you want with the shorter field. Got to find one of these options open, and it's Worthy wide open for the touchdown. Post University getting us all tied up as we approach the end of the first half. A lot of options short. The defense may be over-indexing on these routes right in the box. The curl route over the top of it all, able to come away for the score. Diving tackle able to bring down the returner there. 2 timeouts for the Friars in 15 seconds. A couple plays to go the length of the field here. Gotta treat this offense as so dangerous. Already had a 1-play touchdown drive earlier on in this one. could have happened there. Instead, thrown just short right into the secondary's clutches. Knocked incomplete. Narrow needle to thread there with help over the top as well. And it'll be second down. And it's time to Henry out of the backfield. Mano, mano. Able to race out to the right sideline. 6 seconds left from the 39. Not too many plays left for this offense to get into scoring position. Might just be looking to sneak into field goal range in this one. Instead, nearly picked off. Once again, knocked incomplete. And the next play will be it on the half. Boomer bust now for the Friars as we approach the end of the first.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus.
Friars under center. Jackson rolling out to buy his offense just a little bit more time. Perfect timing user pick to end the half. That's going to tie up the turnover battle. Basically an arm punt as we get into halftime. All tied up at 14 apiece. I just want to take a brief break, see if we can't figure out the mundane status report. Do not see them live just yet here. Not sure if they were going to be streaming tonight's action, so we are going to get back on the field with BradSnappa here. Offense able to respond following a rough first quarter. They gave up the first 2 scores of the contest. Offense in first gear for just a little bit, but able to respond on both sides of the field now to be all tied up to open up the third quarter. Pass hauled in just past the first down marker. Nothing more there for the Friars, operating out at the 41 now. And again, BradSnappa on the top of your screen there. Cook from the safety position. Able to use her down to the cornerbacks. Able to bring them down just 1 yard short of the first.
First down completion. Create space. Take that shot downfield.
And again, operating in the secondary. And it's one-on-one. The struggle with zone defense in the secondary. BradSnappa going one direction, but likely heading the other. Wide open for the touchdown. Brad made the call. With that zone defense, you're making that call. You better be 100% sure you're correct. No help over the top for him that time.
Getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way? Wants to stop him anyhow.
BradSnappa certainly kicking himself. Following that, left his spot wide open, and the offense able to take advantage of it in that zone coverage. We're going to cut it back to the left sideline, not to be. Going to be starting out at the 26 for Post University.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes.
Snappa under center. A wealth of time to make the throw here. Got to laser it between both levels of the secondary. Just what the doctor ordered. Completion going to get post out to the 36-yard line. Flipping the field in one play. A needle in a haystack there between the safety and the cornerback in hot pursuit. Now the run on first down going to be just a 3-yard gain. Did not ask for better placement on that football. Inaccuracy in either direction. It could have been a turnover. Trying to find one half of the mesh there. They do just that. Reset down in distance for Post University. 1st and 10 from the 21 now. Wealth of time under center once more. We have the scramble. Going to be just about even. Still 2nd and 10 from the 20 now for Post University following the scramble out of the pocket there. Looking to stay above the sticks here. Able to find the gap on the right side. Still only a 3-yard gain for Post University. Need 7 now to break into goal line territory for Post University.
On the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third down, it's Mahomes.
Once again, coming out in that mesh look. Rice, is it going to be good? Yes. First and goal from the 10. Just about as far away we can be for the first down. BradSnappa happily going to take it here. Going to keep that drive alive. Once again, it's that mesh look. The strong catch from Wiley, able to power through the contact for the touchdown. Hit as he makes the catch. It does not matter for a man that large and in charge. All tied up at 21 apiece here in game 1. And both teams battling back and forth. Largest deficit was 14-0 early on in the first quarter in favor of the Friars. But neither team have been able to rest easy here in the second half.
He's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. It's coming here, Jackson.
BradSnappa 1v1 50-50 ball. It's going to be knocked incomplete.
Knocks it free.
Going right at the user. Dangerous games for the Friars. Lucky to just come away with the incompletion. Just daring BradSnappa to make a play on the football, and that time they knock it loose. Bring about 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson.
Once again, staying over the top. The linebacker nearly jumped the route. Instead, it's hauled in for the first down. Just a little bit more on top of that. Out to the 43.
Moves the sticks.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was
And the mesh play gonna go nowhere. Hands on the quarterback to force the incompletion.
even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Snappa continuing to play
Jackson to the air.
from that free safety position. The ball out to Flowers. Nice little double move. Once again, breaking free on the left side for the first down.
That's 17 yards.
Both offenses operating with their consistent go-tos. Want to see how both teams, neither team has really done an excellent job of taking away these pet plays they've liked to run.
Positive about the execution of that play.
It's part of why we've had such a closely contested game. Both teams have been able to go back to old reliable when in doubt.
Escapes the pocket.
And a run out of the pocket. Dangerous ball. Hauled in all the same. Up to the 26.
5-yard line. Defender there to take him out.
Threw it amongst the trees. His receiver the one to haul it in.
Lamar now from the gun. It's his running back.
Under center out to the back in the backfield. Brought down.
11 before being marked down.
But not before breaking out.
On the play.
Nearly first and goal
Ravens first
for the Friars. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
give to Henry on the
Out to the back in the backfield. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain on first.
inside. Brock as they bring him down for no gain.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Post University already caught St. Francis U getting a little greedy on the offensive side of the football here in the red zone, coming up with the turnover, the interception late in the first half. Now Lamar looking to break out into open space. After all that time, all that scrambling, only good for a 2-yard gain now. Or 3rd down from the 9. So can still reset down in distance here. Certainly would be unlikely. Once again, another scramble for Lamar. He's got one man to help him out. Going to be forced out of bounds well before the first down marker. Wonder if the offense is content enough with these nickel and dime scrambles to risk it away on 4th down. They're going to do just that. Another chance for a crucial goal line stand for Post University. 4th down from the 5-yard line. 3 yards between post and a first down, and it's knocked loose, incomplete for the turnover on downs.
Nothing but a turnover on downs.
A crucial stop here for Post University, able to force the St. Francis U offense to come up empty with their opening possession of the half. Now it's a red carpet for the running back out of the backfield from the 5. Want to see it cut back inside. Finally brought down at the 38. A massive run. Forget about buying your offense some space. Buying them a whole lot more than space to operate. Getting them out in the shadow of the red zone here at the 38-yard line. Once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right back to Pacheco out of the backfield. Only good for a 6-yard gain this time. And Post can't take us to the end of the half. They're going to do just, or the end of the quarter rather. They're going to do just that. Big tortoise in the hair vibes. As Post University slow and steady, 7 points per quarter. Meanwhile, St. Francis jumping out to that early 14-0 lead and have been sputtering the rest of the way. Want to see BradSnappa take this momentum into the fourth quarter. Get a score early and often here. Put pressure on the opposing offense to be great here in the final quarter of game 1. The fake end around blown up. Gonna go back for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 8 now for Post University. The fake end around, well read by the user defender. He was the one who broke through the line for the TFL. And BradSnappa under center, mesh spot, magic. Gonna be enough to reset down in distance for Post University. Out to the 27-yard line. Snappa continuing with that matriculation. The catch made by the tight end, Kelsey. Tough catch. He got 4 defenders in his airspace. Gonna need more than that to bring down that brick house at the tight end position. All sorts of options for Post University to work with. The shoestring tackle going to be enough to trip up the defender there. BradSnappa can run this as slow as he'd like. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, going to be good for a 3-yard gain. Only so many more first downs you can get on this drive. Scoring the top priority for this Post University offense here. Instead, going to be brought back. A massive TFL. Sack going to send him back to the 16-yard line now. 3rd and 12 for Post University. Thinking about 6, but the large drop back and the sack may force Post University to settle for 3. This 3rd down going to be the difference maker. We're not dusting out our in case of emergency mesh spot here. Could be the mix-up Post University's looking for. Going to try to run with the slants, try to find his man open. No, we're going to scramble with that quarterback. Mahomes down the right sideline. 4th down and 2 for Post University. Post likes what they're seeing on offense. Looks like the quarterback going to stay out on the field for a crucial 4th down conversion. This could be all she wrote if Post University come up empty. You make it all too easy for the opposing team to limp into the offense for the field goal. Forget any of that. Post University able to put their money where their mouth is. They stay on the field on 4th down and come away with the touchdown. And a clutch score for Post University now. They have to rely on that defense to bring this one home. A defense that's done such an excellent job here in the second half. Defense pitching a shutout in the second half. Had a couple of takeaways in the first. Want to see more of that magic on the defensive side of the football here on what could be the last drive of the game here for Post University if they can come up with the stop. Meanwhile, the Friars looking to punch their ticket into overtime here in game 1. And rolling down the left sideline, dangerous Number 3 wide open and basically impossible throw with the rollout. So wise moves from BradSnappa to cover those receivers a little bit closer to the scrambling Jackson. Now to the back out of the backfield, going to be good for the 5-yard gain. So far, BradSnappa continuing with these calculated gambles in the secondary. They've worked out so far in the second half. Meanwhile, drop back from the linebacker position, and Old Reliable gets blown up by that Post University defense. That double move to Flowers down the left sideline, hurdling over the remaining quarterback, the only defender left standing, able to buy enough time for the help defense. And that could be the game-sealing turnover, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it throughout game 1, that pet play to Flowers on the left sideline. Which defense is going to adjust to their opponent's favorite offensive concept first? And meanwhile, Post University that time going to throw it out of bounds, not risking it. Post University perhaps feigning like they had no clue how to cover it. Bring out the defensive adjustment right when they needed it. Now a couple first downs could separate Post from a game 1 victory. Now 3rd and 4. He did get pushed out of bounds. He's not going to be able to force the 2-minute timeout out of the game here. That pass hauled in, hit as he makes the reception, brought in all the same. And that one's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Post University knocking on the door of a game 1 victory. Still all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. But as long as we're not throwing any turnovers here. As long as we're not throwing any turnovers here, we can come away with the field goal, make it a multi-possession game with 2 minutes left to play against the St. Francis offense that has been sputtering in the second half, to say the least.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They'll run, Pacheco.
Just need a decent gain for Pacheco, but how about the whole 9 yards for the touchdown? Post University now up 2 scores with less than 2 minutes left to play in this one. Had to stare down a 2-score deficit early on in the first quarter. Could have gotten ugly. BradSnappa able to stay locked in. Now coming away with a 2-possession lead late in the 4th. Diving tackle, still able to cut it back inside, brought down all the same. Now Post University, this Friars offense still just as dangerous. Again, the only team to score a 1-play touchdown in this contest so far. Not exactly the benchmark of an elite offense, as those are a little more chance than skill, if I might dare say so. That time the deep shot to the tight end, knocked out of his hands, incomplete. The rollout for Lamar Jackson. The ball to Hopkins on the comeback route. It's going to be hauled in, a large chunk of change for the Friars offense out to the 29. And hurry up offense for the Friars now. Looking to score in bunches and quickly. Once again rolling out. Once again it's D-Hop wide open for the Friars touchdown. Not looking to go down quietly. Still 3 timeouts in their back pocket. Gonna go for 2. Not looking to play any sort of overtime, ladies and gentlemen. They understand the stakes here. Friars need to score early, often, and in bunches. Instead, it's a takeaway for the defense. Might have a 2-point safety, instead shoved out of bounds. Just out past the shadow of their own end zone. This should be all she wrote, but of course the onside kick going to come out here. Anything's still possible. At least until Post University recovers the onside kick. The kick is up and they make the recovery. The hands team should be the play that ices this one. Still 3 timeouts, so we got to come up with a first down to get into victory formation.
But I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now Your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick
A
stop.
quick reception out to Kelsey. 3-yard gain.
Not give up any yardage.
And no timeout yet coming from the Friars.
Down now, 7 to go.
If I'm BradSnappa now, I'm checking my phone. I'm getting a glass of water. Seeing how the boys are doing. Maybe calling my mama now. Checking in on the whole crew. Taking your sweet time, letting this play clock soak in to the back of your opponent's mind here. No timeout still being called. The Friars perhaps going all in on their defense. They want to save those timeouts for when they get the stop on the defensive side of the football. No timeout called. And wow, the gamble pays off. The first timeout comes after pinning their opponent back. Post University staring down 3rd and 12 now. Still not out of the woods yet in this one.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Now Post University need to reset down in distance here. It's Rice, the out route. Nice quick little drag route, gonna get ahead of steam. Got to shove down one defender, instead brought down at the 11. Once again, now should be all she wrote. We can bring out victory formation. Doesn't look like the Friars are gonna call their bluff. Still two timeouts left for them. They are well aware
Turn it into an explosive play.
of the impossible circumstances they're staring down here. 35-27 gonna be your final score in this one. Post University can take us all the way to triple zeros, and they look content to do just that. No snap needed on the victory formation. Although Post University calling a timeout, maybe looking to put a couple extra points on the board. Point differential is the tiebreaker. One of the many, if it comes down to it. So tacking on a couple of extra points. Little commentators curse. 38-27 is your final score. Ladies and gentlemen, ice in BradSnappa's veins. Again, staring down a huge deficit. Could have thrown the mental all out of whack, but was not afraid to continue going back to the well. That same formation, just adjusting the coverages, adjusting the route concepts, who we're looking at. And being so resilient on both sides of the football. But to stay locked in and get the game 1 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We'll be back with game 2 when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Game 2 of this best of 3 post-university. BradSnappa on the New York Jets. St. Francis opting for the Detroit Lions here in Game 2 of what could be a best of 3 series. Momentum firmly on BradSnappa's side. Want to see him come out to a hotter start than he did in Game 1, for lack of a better word. Certainly made it a larger mountain to climb than was necessary. Want to see a good, clean game here on this opening drive. A defender uncovered, and Campbell able to force the TFL for a loss of 1. Looks like the run defense came to play for the Friars so far in this one. Not looking to break out, allow any of these large runs to break out. BradSnappa got a couple of them to go in Game 1. Again, breaking out the mesh concept, but the route is jumped by the defense. This one could go back all the way for 6. Able to power it through for the pick 6 touchdown. And commentators curse, unfortunately, not what the offense was looking for this first trip with the football in their hands. And once again, a cold start to the offense for Post University as they give up the pick 6. Just 2 plays for the offense. Didn't go anywhere but the wrong direction. Now the return team going to get out to the 23. Once again, you got to be able to shove off these quick losses. A very long game. Both offenses, at least by last game's metric, going to peak at around 40 points. That's the benchmark. That's the top speed of this engine. Still a large gap between where we're at and there, so you still have a lot of ground to make up here. A wealth of time under center. 50-50 ball to Wilson, who has a step on his man. Gonna go end to end out to the 9-yard line, from 1st and 10 to the 20 to 1st and goal from the 9. And that's why you play for those 50-50 balls on the left sideline. Able to spot his man Wilson with 1 step on the secondary. That's all the advantage they need to go end to end here. Now a quarterback keeper for Field. So dangerous in that open space. Touchdown. Post University. A quick response for Post University. And Field, such a dangerous quarterback on the run, on the ground game. It's a reason why this Jet squad deceptively good in Madden. Field's one of the faster quarterbacks in the game. Makes those quarterback keepers moves you need to respect on both ends of the handoff and the keeper. As the PAT able to get us all tied up. Crisis averted for Post University as they even the score here at 7 apiece.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8.
Diving tackle. Gonna give up a couple of extra yards out to the 37. Far from crisis mode for Post University and where they're pinning back this offense. Jared Goff going to take the field. Might be the opposite of Justin Fields. An absolute weapon through the air. Got to put a pin in that. That's that same route concept we saw in Game 1 for Zay Flowers. That worked till perfection until Post University was able to make the adjustment and blow it up. Still looking to go back to the well, even though it burned them in Game 1. The Friars able to move the chains. Now the rollout down to the tight end, Laporta. Juke move past the secondary. It's like a cornerback able to catch up and make the tackle out at the 19. And both teams coming out swinging in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Different personnel, but similar play concepts, similar play trees. Both teams going back to old reliable. Oh my goodness, it hits the cornerback in their hands. Incomplete. A donation to the defense rejected, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Was it not BradSnappa usering on that defender It's going to be hard to trust these CPUs to come up with that interception all on their own. Dangerous ball to route over the top of the secondary for the touchdown. The cornerback's not able to adjust. The safety didn't quite get there. And that's all the window that the Friars need to jump out to a 14-7 lead here in this one. And Post University still looking for their first win on the defensive side of the football. Called in, looking to go laterally, just no blocking help to speak of, and he's knocked down at the 20. Snappa under center, trying to find somebody open, streaking down the middle. Ball knocked into the air and incomplete. Had a chance to make something out of nothing. We saw a couple of daring possession catches in game 1 with that exact same concept. Looking at Y and looking at A on your screens. This time going to Wilson down the left sideline. He's got to step on his man once more. Oh my goodness, he goes all out for the interception, blocks his own defender, room service for the touchdown. Post University. And Garrett Wilson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for Post University here in this one. Hit as he makes the throw. Not sure if we'll see this whole thing on the replay. You see number 21 go all out for the diving tackle right as he makes the catch. He misses and he blocks his own help defense. Kick is up and it is good. We're all tied up at 14 apiece. Following that minor sputter from Post University on the offensive side of the ball. The offense can do no wrong. Batting up 1,000 if you don't count the pick 6. That's a gigantic asterisk, of course. But now Post University looking to get another stop on this one. Snappa likes to play from that free safety position. Just going to throw it away. Didn't like anything he was looking at. Might have spotted the PAT. No, they're calling that intentional grounding. I thought he spotted a penalty elsewhere on the field. No, the ref's calling it like they see it here. A rare call. Haven't seen it so far at all. We saw it one time in our spring coverage of Madden and College Football 25. And that's going to pin the offense back. Second down from the 22. Oh my goodness, the hesitation spin move. Little glitchy hesitation move shredded one defender. The help defense able to bring him down. Still well behind the sticks here. 3rd and 13 for this Friars offense. Dangerous ball spotted. BradSnappa gambling in the secondary once more. I wonder if that opposing quarterback, they know that BradSnappa's playing from that free safety spot. If they're eyeing that defender every single time they snap the football, that time they let it rip for a huge gain. Speaking of a huge gain, this one 20-yard reception for the touchdown for Post University. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That same little double move route that we saw Zay Flowers run so many times in game 1. Continuing to go back to the well. And the Friars able to pull 7 more points out of it. A high scoring affair here. Both of these offenses perhaps taking offense to what I said earlier about that 40-point top speed. Oh my goodness, he has a gap to run through. Hesitation move not going to shred the defender. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. A tremendous return to get Post University out in front on offense. Little disguise on this concept. Flip the route might be just enough to disguise this look for the defense. Now throwing it to the left side. Going to have to be underneath the secondary. Might be a holding. Intentional contact. Defensive pass interference. Oh my goodness. Not the call you wanted to see there. DPI. You get moved to the spot of the foul. So defensive pass interference on that moon ball. It's going to move Post University cross country in one play. The QB sneak going to be enough for the touchdown. And both offenses are piling on the points in a hurry. 3 scores. We're not even still 2 minutes left in the first quarter. More accurate, more video game offense here in game 2 compared to what we saw in game 1. Both offenses feeling themselves in this one. Neither team been able to put up much of a fight on defense. Other than that pick 6, both squads have been on fire on offense. Not much in the way of stopping anybody on defense. Post University again, still looking for their first stop. TFL, interception, punt, whatever it may be, have yet to get a stop. Yet to get a win on the defensive side of the football. Still looking for that here on this drive. Once again, gambling on offense, and it's going to leave Laporta wide open. The safety, the last line of defense. It's going to leave the streaking Laporta with a runway all the way out to the 7-yard line. We're operating in the hurry-up offense, it looks like. The Friars liked what they saw on that first down. And at this point, I'm almost guaranteeing that the Friars are watching where this user defender is going in the secondary at all times. This time, not much to watch for. That time, the streaking drag route wide open for the score. The frenetic pace on offense continues. Kick is up and it is good. 28-21. The Friars already outscoring their offensive output in all of game 1. Only scored 27. Already outscored that, and it's just the first quarter of play, folks. Trying to cut it back to the outside. The defense not falling for that juke move. It's going to be brought down at the 25. Now Post University under center. 140 yards, 200 yards of passing offense. Absurd offenses here in the first half, and Fields dangerous with that ball in his hands in open space. We've seen how much of a problem he poses as a passer. That time does his damage on the ground. The reset down and distance for Post University. Might need more of that Justin Fields magic. This time able to buy just enough time for the tight end to streak loose. It's Taylor out to the 29. Little hesitation moves, forcing the lineman and the middle linebacker to commit to the run or airing it out to the tight end. Once again, trying to buy time. Instead, going to be thrown to the left sideline. Second and down. Second down and 10, excuse me, from the 29. Don't want to see anyone forcing the issue. We saw the Friars try to do that in game 1. Resulted in a takeaway. Cooler heads prevailing for Post that time on offense. Trying to find somebody open in the mesh concept. Not looking to throw it over the top of the defense. Dangerous ball. Impressive vert from the middle linebacker to bat it down. None of the rest of the defense ready to come away with the football. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for Post University. Could be a rare defensive win for either of these teams here in the first quarter. Just as I say that, Taylor wide open, cut it back inside. Touchdown, Post University. Both offenses can do no wrong, ladies and gentlemen. 4 scores apiece. And we're still not out of the first quarter. Both teams operating red hot from offense. Special teams, not so much. Did see the Friars, or rather, we saw Post University get out to midfield once on the kick return. Nothing outside past the 50 on special teams. Now, BradSnappa, I like the more conservative play. You give up the damage underneath. Trust your CPUs to make the plays down there, or users to the middle linebacker position. I like that he's not bringing the safety down to try to make a play on those short routes there. Eyeing a defensive stop now on 3rd and inches. Man concept. Now the deep zone. He's the only zone help defender. Not the worst decision. Although once again, the tight end just lost from the line of scrimmage. Nobody even in frame. Touchdown. Another problem with man defense. Your CPU blows the coverage. No one's going to be there to plug the gap. Wide open for the score. Insane. 10 touchdowns in the first quarter. Or 9 now. Still could be 10 with how quickly these offenses have been moving. Gonna get past 1. First defender going to be enough to bring down the return team. Post University got to continue to match this intense pace. He spots Wilson way more than a step on his defender. A foot race down the left sideline. Only problem is Post University have a head start. Touchdown, Post University. Maybe tried to jam his receiver at the snap. The cornerback didn't quite get the release he wanted. And there's 10 touchdowns in a quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Cartoonish levels of offensive efficiency. Forget what I said about both offenses peaking at 40 points in a game. Nearly outdid that in a quarter. Still a chance to tack on more points on the board on the return here. So it feels like so much football has happened. We're still not in the second quarter quite yet. Both teams eviscerating the field. Absurd yards after catch. Massive moon balls deep downfield. Both teams have had no problem operating on offense. This time St. Brown able to cut it back inside, able to get past one defender. The second forcing him out of bounds at the 40. 35-35. Both teams coming out screaming on offense.
The second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Neither team able to come out with any consistency whatsoever on the defensive side of the football. Once again, it's the tight end able to streak out uncovered for the touchdown. And these tight end looks have been a problem. Tight end on a go route. Gone all the way to the house repeatedly for the Friars. At this point, if I'm BradSnappa, just forget about the rest of these routes. I mean, that Alvon-Ra double move route to the left sideline's been a problem. But it's been the basic tight end on a go route that's just been eviscerating your man defense. Trying to get through the pile of bodies. Couldn't quite get out there unharmed. Down at the 30. Absurd offensive efficiency. Just about 200, 300 yards of offense apiece. This time on the right sideline, it's Reynolds. Tough 50-50 ball. Eventually knocked loose before he hit the ground. Couldn't survive contact with the ground, and it's incomplete. Might be Wilson once again with a step. Tremendous release from Wilson. No hands on that man. Nothing slowing him down as he waltzes into the end zone for another touchdown. At this point, both teams might be hitting triple digits, on pace for a 120-120 tie at this point. Little stutter step for Post University, a pick 6 on their very first offensive trip. Neither team has looked back ever since. 42-42 would be a nice score for a basketball game to enter in the first quarter, let alone this game 2 of this best of 3 series on Madden 26. In the secondary, trying to contain an incompletion for Post University there on first down. Post once again, just want to try to contain these routes over the top of the defense. BradSnappa kind of in no man's land, but his linemen have got his back. A massive sack on the quarterback, down to 3rd and 26, pinned back in their own 7, and it could be the straw that'll break the camel's back. Post University eyeing for their first win on defense here in what's been an electric offensive game on both sides. Just got to play contain one-on-one, and it's knocked loose, incomplete. 4th and 26, the punting unit finally out. Both offenses waving the white flag. I believe it was 9 straight touchdowns across both teams. Uncontested. Not exactly the punt they were looking for. Going to start at the 31. Insane offenses. One of them finally put to a stop. Post University looking to keep running free after that defensive win. Already starting in tremendous field position. Just a 2-yard gain on that opening run. Might be scramble mode over the heads of everybody. No chance of a turnover, no chance of a reception either. And both teams coming to a screeching halt on offense now. Could be a 3 and out for Post University in this one. Got to try to find some space. The tackle is free, and it's a sack to pin them back. 4th and 17 at the 38. And Post University going to have to settle for 3 points here. Following the 3 and out. Not a bad deal. Although the kick is short. Insane. A tale of 2 quarters, ladies and gentlemen. 42-42. Was all tied up at 35 apiece in the first quarter. Here in the second, both teams coming away with 2 consecutive stops. The Friars might be looking to pick up where they left off. Already coming up with a first down on their first play from scrimmage. Snappa continuing to play from the secondary. They come crashing down to shut down the run. Only a 2-yard gain. Safety trying to make his presence felt with this mesh concept. Such a big gamble. I mean, if it works, you get to fill up the box, the middle of the field. If it doesn't, you're leaving somebody streaking down wide open, uncovered. Now, man defense. Speaking of uncovered, it's Gibbs, the running back, in for the touchdown. After the brief hesitation, right back to our regularly scheduled frenetic offensive programming, ladies and gentlemen. Now Post University once again going to need to find a way to respond. Post University coming up with 1 win on offense. The Friars have really found 2, forcing the empty field goal and of course the pick 6 on the second play of the whole game back in the first quarter. So although it's been a tale of 2 absurd offenses, these small wins on defense have been the difference maker. And Wilson, once again, the ball thrown short and it's knocked down. Had a step on his man. Football couldn't follow him that deep down the field, however, and it's incomplete. Once again, trying to find that window. Wide rollout. Going to be a throw into double coverage. Knocked loose and incomplete once more. 3rd down for Post University. BradSnappa continuing to look to do his offense in incredibly large chunks. Might have a streak with Fields here. Got to get past the QB spy. Thrown just short of the intended receiver's hands there. And it looks like the offense going to stay out on the field. I wonder if this is just BradSnappa. He's trusting in his offense to convert more than he's trusting on his defense to get a stop. Regardless, going to need 10 yards at least. BradSnappa, meanwhile, going to look to go for the whole hog. It's incomplete. Now it could be our first multi-possession lead of the contest with the Friars here late in this first half. 2 minutes, the 2-minute timeout, and all 3 timeouts for both squads here. Gibbs has 1 blocker, and it's just a foot race. The diving tackle not going to be enough. It's a 1-play touchdown. 1 play from scrimmage, all the Friars need to open up the largest lead of the contest, 56-42. Still pressure on Post University as much as ever to convert on offense to match this absurd pace that the Friars are running out with here. Especially seeing as the Friars will be starting with the football at the start of the second half. Trying to find Wilson on the left sideline. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it just might be broke. Knocked incomplete numerous times on the last drive, and this time it's an interception. We talked about it in game 1. How are these defenses going to respond to these pet plays both quarterbacks have been clearly trying to run? This time in game 2, it's the Friars who have got BradSnappa's number on offense. BradSnappa trying to play from the middle linebacker position. It's his linemen who are going to be the ones to force the incompletion, batted down from the line of scrimmage.
His completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Friars under center. Diving tackle number 1 goes nowhere. 2 defenders have their back. Able to shove the receiver short of the sticks. Could be a crucial 4th down stop for Post University. Instead, St. Brown able to haul it in, has 1 blocker to work with. The rest of the defense able to bring him down at exactly midfield. The offense going to keep humming on for St. Francis University.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap.
A crucial 4th down stop comes up empty for Post University. Once again, 1-on-3 for Sam Laporte. A tough cover. Just a 5-yard gain.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more.
Laporte, an excellent catch from the tight end. Normally not a piece of work you see from the big fellas on the field. The diving catch to move the chains for the Friars. 1st and 10. Williams on the drag route. The slant going to go all the way for the touchdown. 1-on-1. Williams comes up with the win and the score. That'll be the largest lead of the contest. A 3-score deficit, excuse me, as we approach halftime.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, here comes Wanwu.
Return going to be stuffed as the Friars have had this Post University offense in park here in the second quarter. A tale of 2 quarters, really. Friars Getting some wins on the defensive side of the football. Once again, trying to find Wilson one-on-one. 50-50 ball. It's a win for the defense that time.
He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and that would lead to a second down. Back to throw is Fields.
Once again, trying to spot Wilson. Going to throw it in a double coverage. Batted down once more. 3rd down and 10 for Post University. Wilson has been a magic man for this New York Jets squad in the first quarter. Facing double, triple coverage here in the second.
To throw is Fields.
BradSnappa trying to find a win. This time one-on-one on the right side of the field. Hit as the ball hits his hands. And it's incomplete. That's going to bring out the punting unit for Post University. We approach 14 seconds left in the first half. Starting out at the 42-yard line. Still a lot of time left to get some last-second points on the board. Especially with this Friars offense playing with house money. They'll be starting with the football in the third all the same. Breakout past the line of scrimmage, past the first down marker. Crushed by the secondary, not too many yards past them at the 40. And the Friars look content to take us to triple zeros unless they get a one-play touchdown here. Hit as the reception is made incomplete. Prevent man 3, prevent 3 deep, excuse me. Just outside of field goal range, and it's going to be a minefield for the Friars to try to get through. Had a window, going to be shut down all the same. And still a decent deficit for Post University to overcome in the second half. Clearly capable of scoring points. Just got a sneaking suspicion the Friars might be onto them. And the offensive concepts BradSnappa has been trying to work with here. Want to see some adjustments, varied play calling. Might have to settle for not scoring a one-play touchdown ad nauseum as he did in the first quarter.
He fields it at the 8, and he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there.
BradSnappa still looking for his first wins on the defensive side of the football. As absurd as it sounds, you don't get to 63-42 because both teams are playing good defense.
They hand it to Gibbs, and he'll get about 4 to the 29.
And it does look like the Friars have settled. They've recognized they're not going to be able to operate with that same absurd speed. Looking to do some damage on the ground game with this multi-score deficit they have in their favor here. Shoestring tackle going to be enough to bring down St. Brown just past the first down marker out at the 41. Now a run from 1st and 10. Going to go nowhere. Just a 1-yard gain for St. Francis. BradSnappa's played a little bit of everything. Oh my goodness, the football knocked loose. That's one way to come up with your first defensive stop of the contest. It's a forced fumble recovery for Post University. A chance to bite into this lead with some impressive field goal position. If I'm BradSnappa, audible, get Wilson with that one-on-one in space. Looking for anybody with a step. Trying to get it to the tight end. Hit as he makes the throw. Going to be brought down. 2nd down from the 46. A loss of 7 on first. Thought Wilson had a chance to gain a step on his defender. He was played close, but not looking to jam Wilson from the line of scrimmage at all. No shenanigans at the line. So a pretty even foot race down the left sideline. Snappa might be looking to go back to the well here. Does he have a step on his man? This is going to be a very close 50-50 ball. Batted down and incomplete. 3rd and 17 now for Post University. Just outside of field goal range. And following their first defensive win this time, yeah, two members of the secondary get caught on each other. And that's going to be enough. BradSnappa able to spot that, take advantage. 5 catches for 344 yards. That doesn't even make sense. I don't even know if that math barely checks out. Moon balls only for Garrett Wilson. Still 3 yards short of the marker. Give it to the big fella. Touchdown, Post University. The turnover. Gonna go all the way to the house for 6. And BradSnappa finally making his presence felt on the defensive end. We were wondering when it was going to happen. It's a question of when, not a question of if. And that time it was just clobbering the running back at the line of scrimmage. The hit stick forcing the ball loose.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Gonna need more where that came from on the defensive side of the ball to get back in this one. Still a 2-score game.
On first down, it's gone.
Continuing to play at that lineman position. First tackle goes nowhere. Secondary looking to get hands on the receiver. Put out this fire. Finally brought down at the 47.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, like, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run
Out to the tight end. What a catch. Right as the window closes, touchdown. 2 defenders go all out at the ball. Big fella still able to haul it in for the score. Absurd catch. We're going to see it on the replay. Looks like he gets crushed by 2 members of the secondary. Just 2 ants to flick off your shoulder en route to the end zone. And these tight ends have been a problem in space for Post University to contain. I believe that's their 4th touchdown for the Friars to go to a tight end. We've seen several big receptions from Laporta as well. Back up to a 3-score game. Still far from over, but Post University going to need magic on both sides of the ball at this point to get back into this one.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away.
Post University going to need a chain of wins on both sides of the football. I'm going to see it start with a productive trip on offense here. Almost 600 passing yards in a game. Dangerous ball hit as he throws, and it's well short of his target. And it's an interception, a win for the defense of St. Francis University. Not what Post was looking for, that trip on offense. Had Wilson, couldn't quite catch if he really had a step on his man. But a devastating hit right as he throws, sails right into the defense's hands. And you'll notice 3 interceptions, 3-score game. Again, both teams have been absurd on offense, but it's these small wins on defense. You can just nickel and dime your way, to that 3-score deficit.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 9.
Gonna need some perfection from the defense now to gain some momentum.
From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle. They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down.
Snappa this time operating Bringing the free safety down. Just possession catch. Early dive here. Not looking to get blown up. Already gave up a fumble. Did Gibbs earlier on this quarter, excuse me. Not looking to take any chances on getting blown up with the yak. Once again, trying to power through the A gap, just a 2-yard gain for the Friars.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Wise moves from Post University. Don't wait, or don't jump the gun, rather, on your defensive call. Waiting for that formation information. Pick the right play on defense. Might be sniffing a delay of game. No, they're looking to take all the time out of this game clock as they can. Pretty flat run. Still going to be 3rd and 6. Friars can't get us quite.
This is 3rd and 6.
Can't exactly get us to the 4th quarter. Gonna need one more play to do it. The Friars going to get us to just about as close to the 4th quarter. This is going to be the last play of the 3rd as they'll snap the ball with 1 second remaining. Just looking to buy some time as they get the ball to St. Brown on the drag route. Cut it back inside. Reset down in distance as we enter the 4th. And look at these absurd scores. 35-35 in the first. Friars had a little bit more gas in the offensive tank as they approached the 2nd quarter. Surely you see both offenses tapering off in the 3rd just to score a piece. Now it's BradSnappa who's going to have to come up big in the final quarter of play to get a W here for Post University. He's looking to clear it up in 2 quick games. We're going to need some magic on both sides of the ball here in the final 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
My apologies as I boop the mic there just a little bit. Friars looking to boop one home on the ground game instead. It's a TFL, a loss of 2 for the Friars. Post University. They forced a turnover in the red zone before. We saw it in game 1. Looking to need more of that magic here on 3rd and 3. To avoid giving up 6 or 3. If you want to give up 0, gonna need a turnover. Meanwhile, the Friars, well aware of the name of the game, deflate that game clock. As we see them, they got that 2 clock on. We went from 3.5 to 3 in one play. Only so much time you can waste here at the 2-yard line. Although intentionally diving for a loss of 1 yard is one way to do it. Both teams only have 2 timeouts to their name. The Friars content to get us to the 2-minute timeout, although they do not have 2 clock on this time. Going to be able to score all the same. Thought about diving, but just waltz in, take the wide open touchdown. We got to settle for the wide open score. The Friars up 76-49. And the lead ballooning here for the Friars. I'm BradSnappa, just trying to vary up the offensive play calls. It's not going to be on this Jet squad in game 3, but you'd like to see him vary up the plays we're drawing up here. Vary up these play calls, try to come out with a different look as we approach game 3.
the shotgun. It's Fields.
Does look like more of the same, trying to get it to Wilson. Not quite a step on his defender, and it's batted down.
Incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Fields on
Snappa
second.
under center once more. Trying to find a window to roll out with Fields. Going to get sent back to his own end zone. Wise play to air it out before it got out of hand. Nearly a safety. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 10. And the Friars now, who were so electric on offense, now coming away with wins on the defensive side of the ball. That one had a step on his man just outside the receiver's range of motion, not able to bring that one in. That'll be 4th down.
They know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
BradSnappa, a rock in a hard place. Got to go boom or bust on every single down. Just looking to break out on the ground game with Fields. Able to run out of bounds as well. Keep the 2-minute timeout in his team's favor. And a nice gain to keep the offense out on the field. And if I'm BradSnappa, don't disillusion yourself that you're going to come away with a 4-score comeback in 2 minutes, but you want to feel good about your offensive prospects as you approach game 3.
A first down throw for Fields.
Tremendous drop back. Going to be thrown to Wilson. Help defense over the top. Going to come away with the interception. That should be all she wrote with how the Friars were running their offense last time down the field. 99 or 89, yards to work with for this offense. Don't think they're going to be too worried about scoring. Going to be worried about making 2 minutes go as fast as possible here. Going to need at least 1 first down to get us to triple zeros on the game clock, however.
It'll be their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Another run blown up. There goes the 2-minute timeout. And now no more stoppages left for Post University unless they can force incompletions or catches out of bounds. Wealth of time under center for St. Brown. The diving catch. Was he ruled inbounds? No, they are going to call that out of bounds. They give up a lot of yardage, but a win for Post University. Only problem is, I believe we can come out in victory formation if we do the math on the game clock. And that's going to bring it to a close, 49-77. Couldn't quite maintain the absurd pace of the first quarter, but the Friars were able to carry that momentum just a little bit further, keeping that offense, that high-powered offense rolling. Had a couple of wins on the defensive side of the football as well. And if BradSnappa is going to win in week 3, he's going to need a win in game 3. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with that pivotal game when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Some familiar faces here. BradSnappa is going to remain on that New York Jets squad. St. Francis University going back to Baltimore with that Lamar Jackson. Both incredibly run-heavy offenses. Both teams with a quarterback that is an absolute problem under center. Through the air and on the ground. Should be a good one. And once again, BradSnappa going to be the receiving team to open up this pivotal game 3. We talked about it throughout the first 2 games of this series. Adjustments on offense, remaining unpredictable. Recognizing how your opponent likes to play defense and adjusting accordingly, not just running the same offense repeatedly. A run on first down to open up this game. It's going to be a 4-yard gain for the offense. Want to buy some time and space, get yourself ahead of the sticks. That's really where the fun begins, where you start expanding that playbook. Start making your opponents worry about every single blade of grass out there on the field. Mesh concept, going to go to Wilson. Going to be brought down. Just a 2-yard gain, going to be 3rd and 4 for Post University early on in this game 1. They're going to keep the offense out on the field. For Post University, this time it's Taylor rolling through the right sideline, able to get past 2 defenders. 3rd one, able to bring him down at the 39.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first.
And a heads-up play with the yards after the catch. Now run right out to the running back. Juke move, able to get past 1. Nobody else is home. Touchdown, Post University. And the run game a problem early on for this Friar defense to stop. Big gashes of this defense off of the yards after the catch, and that time just damage on the ground. Gonna punch it in for the first touchdown in this one. Want to see what kind of mode the Friars offense is in. Was an absurd first quarter in game 2. Despite a score in about the first minute, already a much slower pace here in game 3. That play out to Flowers. It was hauled in. Thought he might have had a foot out of bounds. Instead, they're saying he's got both feet in, and they're going to start out at the 46 following the completion.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating.
Just going to pitch it to Henry. Might have had a chance to turn the corner, use Henry as a blocker. Instead, it'll be a 3-yard gain following that pitch up to the running back.
That shuffle pass just keeps the defense honest, keeps them guessing a little bit. Normally goes for positive yardage, and sometimes
Looking for the rollout, and it's Flowers with a head of steam, able to get past 2 before being shoved out at the 32-yard line. It's those tough plays. You see the cornerback in the secondary, looked like the middle linebacker, trying to stretch out for that interception. If you're out of position on the interception, usually you're going to be out of position on the tackle. Speaking of out of position, just rolling all over the place, still able to come away with a completion to Henry out of the backfield. Insane completion, and that's the problem that the Lamar Jackson experience presents for this Post University defense. Multiple defensive efforts are unfortunately only par for the course. This time it's Flowers, leveled after he makes the catch, still able to survive contact with the ground. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. Dangerous ball batted down by the lineman. 3rd and goal from the 2 now.
every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal.
BradSnappa hunting an early Stop on the defensive side of the ball. Going to come up empty there. Touchdown for the Friars. Going to stay all tied up in this one midway through the first quarter. As we look like we've got scenes of game one rather than the cartoonish absurdity on offense we saw in game two. Still a lot of football left to prove me wrong, though. Is BradSnappa going to take the kickoff in, trying to spin away from the defense. The rest of the return team able to bring him down.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
New York to the line. 1st and 10. They start the drive at home.
Going to continue to gash the offense on the ground. That time stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the offense that time.
Recognizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him,
Wealth of time under center for BradSnappa, but a QB spy going to have to find a way to slither past the lineman. The juke move going to be enough for the first down and more.
as long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine.
And facing a stacked secondary, you saw two defenders eyeing that scramble.
And knowing when it's his time.
Still too little defense committed to the run that time for Post University.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Hall running his own read. And he's
Now
able to
another
power this
run
forward, but they stop
on 1st and 10, another 2-yard gain for Post University.
up here. Give on second to Hall.
Trying to find the gap to run through, nowhere really quite open.
Brought down.
Will be another short gain, 3rd and 5 for Post now.
Third down, give
Trying
to
to find the gap, able to just barely slither through. Looks like he's short of the marker. He is. It's 4th and inches.
but it sets up 4th and less than a yard now.
Looked like he had a window, ran into one of his own linemen, slowed him just enough.
Any means. But one that keeps you on schedule, it takes some of the
Loaded backfield, just looking to power through the QB sneak. Going to reset down in distance for Post University,
thing you cannot say.
as they have been just chugging upfield, 2, 3, 4 yards here, there, and everywhere.
Big guys up front, and they move the sticks.
As we're only out to the 49-yard line, haven't even crossed midfield for Post University here. Fake end around to run right up the middle, good for a 3-yard gain.
And 2 yards.
And it's that sort of consistent run attack
There's room for more.
that just stresses your opponent. You can see them slowly committing more and more resources. We're stacking the box. You see them bringing the secondary just a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. It makes that pass attack that more deadly.
Takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That time, the release from the mesh play going to be enough for a first down.
First down.
And you can't cover a run and a pass at the same time. Post University forcing his opponent to commit resources to this problematic ground game. Another first down on the ground for Post.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You sign me up.
That sort of powerful ground game
Not just short yardage,
has scoring at a screeching halt, but it's also got Post University in the driver's seat. Forget a 35-35 tie. It's Post University deciding precisely when they'd like to score. Looks like they're done with any sort of scoring opportunities in the first half. They can take us to the second quarter here, following that last first down.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the
I
end
loved
zone
that
early.
running attack from
But we
BradSnappa in
know
the first
short
quarter.
term
Want to see
excitement
more
come up in the second.
of that consistency,
Back to the
staying
man
ahead of
in
the
just a
sticks,
moment.
not afraid to run it even on 4th and short,
Time for the second
trusting
quarter play.
in that ground game
They're looking at yet another
for
first
Post
and 10
University early on in this one.
Hall running between
Run
the
on
tackles.
first down.
Robbed by the first guy he
Gonna be behind the sticks here, 2nd and 10. Want to see how BradSnappa responds.
track down a runner. That same pass, same
We've seen players here, repeated stops
good hunting his prey right there.
on the run, go right back to it. That's how much trust they have. Want to see how BradSnappa responds after being stuffed on 1st and 10. Taking a wealth of time to set up here, and the quick pass to Hall out of the backfield.
and he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Might as well call it a run. Still only a 5-yard gain. Had one defender between him and the end zone. Instead, going to need 5 yards to get to the marker here. Out to Wilson. Just the possession catch. Don't need anything extra. Don't play with the cornerback running right at you there. Just call it in. The reset down and distance. Basically first and goal here from the 11 for Post University. Oh my goodness. Somebody gets leveled. And the running back gets shoved to the ground, tripped up. He tries to cross the line of scrimmage there. Just a 4-yard gain.
Like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Here we go. Hey, can't. 319, just.
Oh, gets it again on
And
second.
this time room service on the run. No juke move, no trickeration. Safety with that possession run
Brees Hall with
all the
touchdown.
way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Folk with a point after.
And now Post University, methodical matriculation upfield to take a 1-score lead. Gotta watch out for the possession game,
Ready to send this one flying.
as the Friars do have a chance. If they want to score with triple zeros, they'll start with the ball in the third quarter. Nice little set of hesitation moves.
Inside the 25.
Not going to be good enough for anything past the 23.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson.
Trying to find Flowers on the left sideline. That double move once again, working wonders to get him out to about midfield.
This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Risky man coverage, to put it lightly. If anybody's uncovered, it could be a problem. Going to be way better at guarding that run. The Friars still able to power through it though for the first down.
That's an 11-yard pick.
That's the give and take with that man defense. Throwing a couple of extra defenders at the football, at the quarterback.
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in.
Multiple diving tackles. The third one, no good. The fourth defender finally able to bring him down.
From getting any more yards.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short
Trouble. It's been difficult for BradSnappa to make his presence felt. He's liked to play either out in the secondary or on the lineman.
Up to the line, and they're set. First
Hasn't
and
really
10.
trusted these usering on the middle linebackers to get presence on those drag routes. The offense for the Friars have been trying to run. Nice win for the defense there. Gonna be slightly behind the sticks. 2nd and 6 now
balanced game plan and a balanced offense
for the Friars here.
It gets you good yardage. It sets up your play action.
Looking to get to the 2-minute timeout. Hauled in
And he's brought down.
through the contact. 3rd and short now
Quarterbacks will
for
look
St.
for
Francis.
tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And it does look like the Friars are content to deflate the air out of this game clock. Both players playing at a much slower pace than we saw in either of the last two games. Taking us all the way to the 2-minute warning. Saw Post University take us all the way to the end of the first quarter with their running attack on the last drive. Both players trying to make every single possession as impactful as possible. One way to do that, just take way more time.
Henry's going to try to pick it up.
And that run going to be enough for the first down out to the 7-yard line. Not able to get these stops on the run. Such a troubling run offense to put a stop to.
The NFL every time.
Weren't able to quite solve the puzzle that time.
Run that you know.
Now 7 yards
Because if you were
between the Friars and 6. Might be a couple more after the sack. A loss of 15 with the sack on the quarterback.
One towards the goal line stand. Still going to need a couple
It could be blowing up the Friars' chance to tie up this one. 2nd and goal from the 22. Put these goal line defenses in the back of the playbook. Got to go back to your standard defensive concepts here out in the red zone. Oh, got to watch out for the tight end who's wide open again, gashing the defense for the touchdown. Those go routes on the tight end, if your safeties are not buttoned down on the hatches, ready for it, it's just so easy for those tight ends to gash them for massive yardage. That time they do so for the touchdown.
Now after tying
We've seen these tight ends be a problem for Post University to guard, for lack of a better word, no other way to describe it. The tight end attack has been a major issue on defense. And that's been the adjustment that the Friars have really gone to when BradSnappa starts committing extra defenses, extra defenders to these drag routes and to these running plays. And now BradSnappa, the first time all game, really feeling some pressure to speed it up here. Again, the Friars are going to start with the ball in the third. You need to put points on the board. There is no other way about it. You don't want to lose because of the possession battle. And that one hits the receiver's hands and dropped. Saw that happen a lot yesterday, too, if you were watching our college football 25 coverage. Just unlucky for BradSnappa. Basically no other way to describe those. Going right back to the well, and this time Wilson able to haul it in for the first down. Gotta move with the quickness. Still have 3 timeouts, but not exactly a time to be slowing down the offense here with 41 only operating at your own 41. Foot race from a couple of linemen, gonna force the pass out of bounds. And you'll call that a win for the defense, who are able to stop the clock. Maybe 50-50, not too sure how upset the offense is going to be to not have any pressure to get out onto the field here. No game clock ticking away. Dangerous ball to Wilson. Good if it goes, but batted down by the defense. Looked like a decent ball. There's too many defenders in that airspace, and now BradSnappa going to need 10 yards to keep the offense out on the field. Forget thinking about 3 or 6. Might be risking 0 here. It's Taylor underneath. All of those crossing routes bringing the whole secondary to the opposite side. Post University able to take advantage. Now a quarterback keeper, got to get past a couple of defenders to do so. The football's knocked loose. Fumble recovery, and the Friars come away with it. The only problem with a tremendous running quarterback, none of these quarterbacks are going to have amazing ball possession stats. And that time it's a quarterback giving up a crucial fumble. And now the Friars able to use all 20 seconds and 3 timeouts to their advantage. An offense that's had no problem gashing upfield. Maybe able to take advantage of this possession battle to open up a multi-possession lead at the end of the first half. A crucial sack. Not exactly a sack, unfortunately, but forced incompletion. I'm BradSnappa. I'm kind of upset you don't actually get the sack. You're not going to force another timeout. You still got to defend every blade of grass. The tight end able to come in with the catch. It's Andrews through the contact. And the Friars already in field goal range with another timeout in their back pocket. 12 seconds still, enough time. Probably run like 3 plays if they're all going out of bounds and they're quick enough. But this Friars offense, no stranger to the 1-play touchdown. Now going to roll out. Need to buy extra time for Lamar Jackson. Just going to end up throwing it away. And a small win for Post University. Yeah, I was going to say, would not be surprised to see the field goal unit come out. Only 4 seconds left. Not too much time to put up anything but a kick at the uprights. This is a far one. Out at the 53, and it's wide left. No good. Post University, a clutch stop on the defensive end to keep us all tied up at 14 apiece entering the second half. Just what the doctor ordered. We're going to have to make it a double, folks, as the Friars going to start with the football here to start the third quarter. A game where defensive stops have been so hard to come by for this Post University squad. A crucial one to keep us knotted at 2 scores each.
From the gun, Jackson.
Once again to the tight end. Hit as he makes the catch. Still able to come away with it.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. A nice gain and a first down there, Brock, on a throw that most quarterbacks would have shied away from.
You know, tight ends, these guys,
Dangerous throw, but these tight ends for the Friars have been able to come down with it every single time, no matter
really why, Kate, they're such
whether it's the Lions or the Ravens.
Give to Henry on the inside handoff. Can't slip that
These
away.
tight ends has just been another layer
First down play.
of the offense's attack for the Friars. Been trouble for Post University to stop that run. Going to be stuffed, just a 1 yard gain. Going to buy enough time to get to Flowers. The hesitation move going to throw one defender out of bounds and get the Friars a first down.
They get 13 on the pickup, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably.
The run play on first down, good for an 8 yard gain.
And this run is going to push it inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get
Nice
yards
little
like that
chunk
directly
of change to stay ahead of the
in
sticks.
the NFL.
World's going to be the Friars' oyster here on second down. Could go run, could go pass. This time it's another drag route to Flowers. Hesitation move. Still going to be tripped up all the same. Just past the first down marker out of the 30.
Show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Fresh set of downs for the Friars. Rolling out. Finally a drop from the tight end.
Loose, incomplete.
Felt like we've thrown the house at these tight ends in this best of 3 series. A rare drop from the big fella for the Friars.
Completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy.
A lot of space in the middle of the field. A lot of space on the right sideline. Lamar moving with the quickness. Oh my goodness. Flipped over and pancaked. Amazed that one wasn't a fumble. Instead, it'll be first and goal from the 8.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First down from the red
Quick throw into no man's land. Nobody there to get that one.
end zone. Incomplete.
As I watch
Trying to take the quick shot before the defense can adjust, but the offense wasn't quite able to get out there either.
teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you
The Friars looking to break out, clobbered by 2 linemen. Brought back to the 11-yard line for third down.
Zone running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Post University locking in on defense when they needed it most. 2 downs left for a stop.
Here's Lamar.
For Post University, gotta stop Henry. The shoestring tackle, the diving tackle, gonna be enough to bring him down and force 4th down. It's gonna force a field goal. 2 straight defensive wins for Post University.
especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start.
You are happy if you're Post University and forcing a field goal at the 11, at the 6.
In the third quarter, he gets a chance.
That's a defense the opposing offenses are respecting. If they're coming out in the field goal unit at the 6-yard line, that's the sort of respect you want to command here in the second half of a crucial game 3. Hesitation move this time for BradSnappa. Get a couple extra yards out to the 32.
He's taken down.
Wonder if we're going to see more of this
Come to the line.
surgical running offense on the ground here.
Run out of the pistol with Hall. And he's over.
Run to open up this drive. You see that 12 rushes, 80 yards. That's a nickel and dime kind of offensive attack. No matter what you do, you can't stop this offense from rolling downfield. Matriculation. Gonna roll out into the pocket, looking to matriculate downfield over the head of his tight end. Incomplete.
On the business end as it falls to the ground.
No business for matriculation now. Looking for an explosive 6 yards or more to keep this offense out on the field.
Out of the shotgun, Fields.
Quick pass out to Taylor, who's got 1 blocker to work with. Juke move for a couple of extra yards out to the 41. Crisis averted for Post University as the offense rolls downfield.
After the catch, the way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Shotgun
Another
snap.
run to Hall, not able to turn the corner
First guy he
as
missed.
the cornerback going to be the one to bring him down.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. Set up
Looking for a run from Hall, the screen pass.
short pickup on the play.
Gonna grab a couple yards, only 2.
Getting up to
After all of that, unfortunately, going to need another gain
Less than ideal
for
third
Post
and 8.
University. We're bringing out old reliable. Spoiler alert. How is this opposing defense going to respond? Catch to Wilson, but it's short of the marker. Not in position for the yards after the catch. And this is a deep shot field goal, but it looks like Post is going to go for it. Would be the largest field goal of the game so far in this one. The wind speed working in his favor. The kick is up, and it is good. All tied up at 17. Longest field goal of the game, excuse me.
And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the
And
football
both teams coming away with wins on the defensive end. No one conceding touchdowns in our last two possessions.
Back to throw. Here's Jackson.
Dangerous mesh spot. Pick your poison.
To Flowers.
Got to get past the second level. He's able to run around the safety. The only help defense left standing. Touchdown, St. Francis.
The Ravens take the lead on the first play of the drive. Zay
That's the problem when you bring the safety up to the level of these passes. You're not over the top. It's hard for you to really play contain.
the extra point.
So if you miss, you better not miss. You're going for the head. You better not miss. You come up empty on the tackle.
All set up. Here's Luke.
Not able to slow down the run for the rest of the secondary to try to catch up and play help defense.
Wangu now to return.
Instead, Post University going to get back out on the offensive side of the football in a hurry. Just wait a minute now. Able to slither through, threading the needle through the entire return team. Forget the offense. It's a special teams touchdown for Post University.
Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back
And
there,
that's why you operate with those hesitation moves. We've seen them throughout the game, just how effective you can be. Just get hands off the controller for just 1 second. The hesitation there to buy time for the blocks to be laid by that special teams unit. Go all the way for 6.
Ali to return it.
We remain
Start inside the 25.
all tied up at 24 apiece here. A minute left to play in the third.
Ravens to the line now. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. On the move, headed right.
Oh my goodness, Henry out of the backfield, wide open, and once again,
Big shot.
if you're the last man standing, you cannot miss. Touchdown, St. Francis. Not able to buy that help defense anytime. You're selling out for the tackle instantaneously. Even if you're the victim of a truck or a stick, a hit stick, a stiff arm, you slow that runner just enough for the help defense to get there. Boomer bust play from the defense, and it's St. Francis going big for the score. And it looks like kind of the inverse of what we saw in game 2. Both offenses struggling in the first half, now looking to pick up the pace here in the second. And a break out to that left sideline. Somebody got laid out on the left side. No help there. Or BradSnappa to break out to, and he'll start at the 22-yard line.
Ready to get going here. It's first and 10.
Loaded backfield for Post University. Might be looking to power through on first and 10.
To Davis.
And it got stuffed all the same. Just a 1-yard gain on first down.
BK making that stop.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants it.
Post University behind the sticks now.
The power on a deep one left.
Looking to go to the big time player, Garrett Wilson. Believe we had a flag on the field, illegal contact.
See who it's against.
No DPI. Thought we might have had DPI there.
Taking discipline and not a good move.
DPI is huge because it's up to the spot of the foul. Illegal contact, 5-yard penalty. Nickel and dime, not a big deal. Speaking of big deal, Garrett Wilson not able to turn the corner
We'll say right at the
on the secondary that time.
Fall forward, and I think you've got this first down, Brock. It's second and inches.
Post University continuing to matriculate upfield in this one.
Fields.
Play action now off the fake handoff. A rare drop. The second drop we've seen all series from a tight end, and this time
Let's see how that
Post University on the bad end of a drop. It's going to be 3rd and inches now. Out to the back in the backfield. Good enough to reset down and distance for Post University. Another first down. And that's going to take us to the final quarter of play. Post University going to need a win on offense and a win on defense here to come out on top. Or at the very least, that'll get us to overtime. So still very much wide open. Post University, no time to rest on their laurels just yet here. Only a one-score game. Wilson now looking to turn the corner. Hesitation move, not enough to shed the defender. Going to be dropped at exactly the 50.
What you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot.
Might have wanted a QB keeper there. Let the running back handle it. Ran right into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 5, a loss of 2. Again, following these losses, how are you going to respond? What is it? Is it going to be old reliable? You wonder if the opposing defense is ready for that. Are they ready for this mesh here on 3rd and short? No, not even close. The tight end is wide open for the first down. And neither team has had any success covering these mesh spot offenses, these mesh offenses that both teams have been operating out of. It's time to Taylor, hauled in underneath the defense. Only a 3-yard gain. To be fair, it is tough to contain these sorts of mesh routes unless you're just going to absolutely stack the box. But this time, both mesh spots able to get out uncovered. Wise play for Post University. Early slide. Don't want to risk another fumble from your quarterback, Justin Fields.
Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing.
3rd and inches once more for Post University. Another run on 3rd and short. Powering through to move the chains. I feel like BradSnappa's done a very good job. Again, methodical matriculation upfield. Well, this time going to rip off a big reception to Taylor. Going to grab the rest of the yards they need for the touchdown. Get us all tied up here in the 4th quarter. The fun not going to stop for BradSnappa now. Got us all tied up on offense. Now the defense going to need another win here. Gave up a couple of massive gains. Wasn't too long ago they forced this St. Francis offense into a field goal. Want to see that sort of defensive energy from Post University on this drive. So once again, I hit the mic, unfortunately. BradSnappa so dangerous when you bring the safety into the box like that. That's exactly why you don't want to do that. Because if somebody's on a go route, the safety's your guy to cover over the top. You bring him into the box. That's one way to stop these mesh routes underneath, this mesh concept underneath, but you leave that deep ball wide open. St. Francis have loved that counter in this best of 3. They force BradSnappa to commit the extra man, and they send somebody deep shot downfield. It's worked repeatedly in this series. That run on 1st and 10, not quite working, only good for a 3-yard gain. Snappa able to play contain. He's done an excellent job at going all out, committing with the safety in spurts. I feel like he's a little too trigger happy on committing the safeties to one side of the field or the other. They're the last men standing for a reason on the secondary. Hit as he makes the catch, still brought in for the first down.
They say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down.
And St. Francis still going to score in a hurry. Although just as I say that, the very first timeout coming out for Post University, trying to keep the 2-minute timeout on their side. Only 25 seconds between them and the 2-minute warning. The Friars already in field goal range. Run stuffed on 1st and 10, only a 1-yard gain. I believe we saw the only sack of the contest was what forced the field goal in the 3rd quarter. Gonna need more of that magic to kick him out of field goal range here, already well within that range at the 25.
That's the 2-minute warning
And
here
that'll
from
bring us to the
Baltimore.
2-minute timeout.
Ravens
The
in
Friars
lead
have
for
done an
game
excellent
winning
job of
score.
clock management. We saw that at the
They'll
end
come
of
to
the
the line
last
here,
game we
2nd
played
and
here
9.
in game 2. This is certainly going to be top of mind
Checks it.
for St. Francis here. A massive rollout. You want to keep it in bounds if you're the Friars. You're going to get shoved out of bounds all the same, and that's going to be what Post University are looking for. You force Lamar out of bounds. That's a pretty short gain. You got 1 yard. You forced him out of bounds. Keep a timeout in your back pocket. Just what the doctor ordered on defense. Dangerous ball right up the middle of the field. Not at all what the doctor wants to see there. Touchdown for St. Francis. Post University. Of course, they give up the score. Not what you want to see. But they do have a lot of resources to get back into this one. Of course, you have 2 timeouts at your disposal, and you have 1:50 of game clock. Good old-fashioned 2-minute drill on the table here for Post University to get us tied up in this one. That mesh concept they love, going to be excellent at getting receivers yards after the catch and opportunities to run out of bounds. So that is the advantage of this mesh offense, this mesh-heavy offense that BradSnappas like to run here. It's going to give them a unique advantage to make this 1 46 seconds remaining go as far as we can. Get as much juice from the squeeze here. Got options. Thrown over the head of the receiver. Needed to make that throw earlier to give him a lane to run through. So difficult when you're forced to make throws on the catch, especially on this all Madden difficulty. More often than not, you're not sending that where you want to when you have to throw it that way. This time, able to get it to the hands of the tight end, rolling en route to the out-of-bounds marker. And just what the doctor ordered. Yards after the catch, check. No timeout expended because you ran out of bounds, check. Of course, the first down, little bonus on top of that. And this time it's a timeout coming out from the Friars. The first of their 2. They didn't need to call it for a clock management perspective. They did not like the look they came out with on defense. It's like the classic mesh spot look for Post University. Yo's this time rolling out to the left sideline. He's got a blocker there. Another advantage of mesh spot of these mesh concepts. If you're a scramble-heavy quarterback, you're going to have at least one guy down there to help you out. That time it's going to clear a lane for BradSnappa to run out of bounds there. Put a stop to that game clock. Going to need another rollout, but once again, you've got the tight end working for you. Another lane to move the chains and run out of bounds. We talked about it in the first half. Committing more resources, this time to the scramble game, could open up opportunities to pass. This timeout to Taylor. First catch brought down inbounds. Don't got to worry about calling a timeout. You could operate in the hurry up. You could get out here at your normal cadence. Still not expend too much time on the game clock. BradSnappa well aware of that. No timeout being called. Continuing to run this mesh-heavy offense. It's done so far so good on this drive. Once again, a scramble. Pocket collapsing on that side of the field. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Going to be 3rd and medium now for Post University. Little 3rd and medium for Post. And once again, resources committed to that scramble. How is BradSnappa going to respond? Looking to go over the top of the defense here. One-on-one ball for Garrett Wilson. Batted down and incomplete. And it's 4th down territory, folks. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. BradSnappa's got to find a way to get 7 yards to keep this game alive. No subtlety there on 3rd down. You don't need a touchdown. You just need a 1st down here for Post University. Gonna find the tight end from the line of scrimmage, able to keep the offense alive, breathe a sigh of relief. Once again, coming out in that mesh concept hit as the receiver makes the catch. It's incomplete. We'll take incomplete, honestly, in that scenario.
This is a guy who's used
Wasn't going to be good for that many yards. Keep a timeout in your back pocket with 40 seconds left. Really going to start feeling that temptation to start calling these timeouts. Ideally, I'm BradSnappa here. I'm trying to score with as close to triple zeros on the game clock as you can help it, because this St. Friars squad still have 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
Another throw for Fields.
Time the slant concept, looking to take advantage of the help on that side of the field. The problem is it's 1-on-3. I don't know if there's a single tight end in the league who's going to be able to come up with that sort of blockage. It's going to go nowhere now. 3rd and 10 for BradSnappa. Wilson able to haul it in, stays on his feet, brought down to the ground all the same. Just a 5-yard gain. Another timeout coming out for Post University. It looks like the Friars are catching on to this mesh-heavy offense. We're seeing it. You see multiple defenders. We're bringing these zone defenders right up to these sidelines. They're not making it easy for these drag routes to get open. Gonna throw it underneath before the defense can get set. Able to make the catch. Only 1 timeout left standing. Keep it moving. Gotta operate in the hurry up. And no, we're not gonna operate in the hurry up. That's the last timeout left for Post University. You need incompletion or you need run out of bounds. It's gonna limit the scope of this offensive attack here. The rollout for Post University. The pitch to Taylor, just barely able to stretch out of bounds. 2nd and 2 from the 3. Able to find a window amongst the trees there. 3 defenders in his airspace. Now in a good spot, but you got to do damage through the air. You cannot risk trying to power through on the ground and coming up short. Fields able to turn the corner. It's a foot race, able to power it through 2 defenders for the touchdown. Get us all tied up with 4 seconds left to play in the game. So we should have overtime here in this one, folks. Coming out in a standard defense. The kick is up and it is good. Thankfully, did not have any second thoughts. Thought for a second he might have come out in a fake PAT. Instead, we're going to be all tied up at 38 apiece. Overtime rules a little bit different in Madden 26 than college football 26. Not sudden death. It's first score wins. Except if it's a field goal. In overtime, you see the prevent 3 deep defense coming out here. Overtime, not a certainty, but basically one rung below a certainty. Got past first 2 defenders. Not too worried about making it past the 3 deep defenders there. And we will have overtime. Most important factor in deciding an overtime victory, who gets opening possession. The coin flip going to be as important as anything else here in overtime. Oh, BradSnappa chooses tails, it's heads. And the Friars elect to receive. Gonna need to force a field goal to have a chance here. A drive, a touchdown will be what seals this game and this series for Post University. They fought so hard to get this far, but if they want to come out with a week 3 victory, they're gonna need to stop. One more stop on defense. In a series where stops on either side have really been so difficult to come by, the Friars had a tremendous advantage just by having that football first. Not how you want the cookie to crumble. It's a ball out to Flowers. The lineman, wise play by BradSnappa there. He recognized the drag route was open. Get the lineman out of there and out in the secondary to bring him down. BradSnappa once again operating from that free safety position. Going to leave the tight end open underneath for the reception and the first down.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
And this Friars offense already out at midfield, having no problem matriculating so far. Like to see that BradSnappa's not giving up any of these boomer bust plays. Able to force a tremendous rollout, forcing the throw into no man's land, incomplete.
like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Now the drag route. 2 defenders in the drag route's airspace. Gutsy play from St. Francis to try to force the issue in a double coverage. They're able to come up with it. Only a 4-yard gain. And that'll be 3rd and short now for the Friars. And this time the zig route from Henry out of the backfield going to be enough for the first down and more. Approaching red zone territory at the 25.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
The Friars had a brief sputter last time, and once again the tight end into triple coverage. Impossible to guard that man. So difficult to play defenses on tight ends. They're so good in Madden at just making catches through contact. Just cannot let the ball hit their hands. And that time Henry able to waltz it in for the touchdown. And now the kick is going to go up here. And a staring contest now for Post University. If they want to come away with the tie, going to need a score of their own here.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Wangu now to return.
Rolling down the left sideline. No help there. Nothing a hesitation's going to do in that spot. And BradSnappa going to have to settle for a start at the 37.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime.
BradSnappa well aware of what the target is. Speaking of target, another drop, this time from his tight end once again.
Looking for Mason Taylor that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Fortunate scenario. 3 drops from tight ends, 2 of them coming from that Post University side.
Forced out to his
And this time Fields, everybody worrying about the receivers, so the quarterback with room to run.
safely as he picks up the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for
Get
QB
back-
to
keep
spread
Brad
the guys
Snappa
around.
rolling
On his own number,
out into
carrying his
midfield
teammates to
here.
first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can
Trying to find a window. The QB spy was ready for that one. Multiple defenders at the quarterback
Be forced to regroup a bit ahead of
for the
second down.
2-yard loss.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we've seen this play once, we've seen it 1,000 times. Got to watch for Garrett Wilson on that left side of your screen. He's wide open. Instead, we're rolling out Fields with a wealth of space on this right sideline as well. Going to bounce out of bounds out at the 20.
Before someone can force him out. That goes
Wise
up
play. He
the
was going to spot,
and picks up the first.
able to spot that he was going to eat that tackle there, that sack.
Inside the red zone.
You saw how dangerous that was. Had an incompletion. Looking for that deep shot earlier. Now looking for anything. Everybody's covered.
Gets it done.
Tackled for a 3-yard, or sacked for a 3-yard loss, excuse me. Lucky to just be a 3-yard loss. Justin Fields already given up a fumble in this contest.
Following the sack. He gets
Now Reynolds on the out route, who has a blocker, in for the touchdown.
touchdown, New York
Able to scheme himself open there.
Jets make it a 1-point
For
game.
room service, one blocker doing so much work there.
So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Fields to the line. The Jets are going for 2.
BradSnappa going boom or bust here.
Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd.
And
And that'll leave
the
them with
Friars
just 1
calling
remaining in overtime.
BradSnappa's bluff here. Might look like they came out in a standard defense regardless, but they've called timeouts before when they didn't like the look they were coming out in. Defensive adjustments here as both teams go all in here for the 2-point conversion.
Fields looking to throw this.
Gotta find somebody open, but it's picked off.
An interception ends that drive. And all he's able to do is get them a
Oh
true
my
score
goodness.
space to the 4.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us.
And the pass, the 2-point conversion is picked off to seal the game
It could energize
for the Friars. Boomer bust. Post University put all their chips in the middle of the table
Fans in the stands,
and
the
come
Friars
out
pick
empty.
the win at home.
A narrow defeat, needed an extra period to do it. BradSnappa losing in a heartbreaker 2-1 to St. Francis.
Escape with the victory.
In
That'll do it for this one.
gutsy
With
play
Mark Stewart, I'm Kate Scott. The
from
Ravens are
Post
your
University, if you
winners.
go for the
We say
head, you
so
better
long
not
from
miss. They
Baltimore.
come up empty that time. And BradSnappa going to fall to a 1-2 record in the ECAC Madden 26 regular season. Kudos to him for giving us one heck of a show. Our first bout of overtime we've seen so far this semester. He loses in a nail biter, 44-45. My name has been Sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's action on the virtual football field. Hope to see y'all next week for more action out there on the field. We'll see y'all then.